Now, why Call of Duty doesn't make a game something like this? For the campaign stuff. I mean, I'm not talking about the zombies. I mean, the zombies is pretty good as well, but it's not what I mean. I mean the RPG element. Ouch. And you couldn't take the blue. Let's go.
All will adequately equip you for your adventure. All will adequately equip you for your adventures. Ah, I lost my money there. Okay, goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. I mean, like, uh, you know, it seems like it's open world, but it's not really an open world. And I don't think I really need more graphics in this era, you know? I mean, yeah, graphics are good, but my PC will burn out, and then I cannot play any more games. It's good that people are making an indie games. I mean, COD can make graphic like COD Mobile. No need to make it like Warzone. And since Battle Royale is popular, that's why they try to go to the genre maybe, right? But I think it's more... Whoa, where he goes? There. Oh no. There. I mean, Warzone is okay. I mean, Battle Royale is okay. But the graphic, COD graphic 6 with open world is really a problem. It requires very good PC, so I cannot have that. Oh, don't attack me. Woo. Thank you. We can talk to it. Okay, there are a few things more I wanted to talk about to give some ideas or explanation about these things. Wait a sec. Trying to finish my game. Okay, I'll continue on the next video. See you around.
Tests. Arc external casings fully released. Safe egress is now confirmed. Outer door disengaged.
Hello. So look at this. This is from someone from YouTube playing Rage. This is what I mean about how the Call of Duty should be like in RPG campaign. What I'm trying to say is it's a small open world, or did you call it semi-open world maybe? It's not really an open world. It's like Dragon Age Origins.
I know you got
can
questions, but we gotta get moving.
you have never mind. I show Dragon Age Origins.
All over these hills.
So
I'm Dan Hager, and you.
I'm gonna fast forward this one a little bit.
You know, ARC survivors are worth a lot of money to whoever handles the authority.
And I'm gonna show you a few missions played by this.
To the future.
Okay. The graphic is okay. if
Hold on.
Call
Got
of
things.
Duty intends to make something like this, it's okay too, as long
And that arc
as
suit. It's a dead giveaway.
my PC or someone like me can run it,
Pretty much their world out here.
right?
With their buddies.
Okay,
Now we both got a problem.
this is kinda an open world, it's a big world,
We need to get to
but
that
it's
place.
not
Once they
too
see what
big.
I've done, they'll be coming for blood. And for you.
It's just like a small area, and then you have to load. You have
Here we are.
to loading the game. And what most similar
We need to talk. Get out of the buggy.
from this game to Call of Duty that I was talking about is, instead of zombies in Hellgate, you also fight bandits
A
and
lot of risk to save you. Not just my life.
another
The life of
faction,
everyone here. It's won by staying out of trouble.
or you
Saving
call
you
it the Authority.
So here's what I need you to do.
You have you
Walk
fight
around, plain and simple. No
what you
responsibility.
call it, some
Except
other
you. You
army
can use one of my ATVs
faction,
in the garage, and that
and
pistol, and the supplies on the table. Oh, and you won't just get my thanks. Come back alive and I'll dig up some armor that'll fit over that arc suit you're wearing. You got the deal? One more thing. Those bandits shouldn't be too hard to take down. Not for you. I hear there's something special about you. You need to find their hideout.
like for
Censor
example,
them, and they'll be coming.
nobody is good. Of course, there are faction that is good. That is only our own faction. The other faction are always on war with us. Like for example, I don't want to say this thing actually because I'm afraid of racism or anything, but I have to say it because it was the fact about Call of Duty, but not talking about negatively about it. I'm just taking an example. Like, for example, in Modern Warfare 2, you fight the Russian, the uh, Middle East, and then suddenly the US is also a bad guy, something like that, what I trying to say. So, like, that is what I mean. Nobody is good except our own faction. Yeah. So, there are many factions, like the French, and Italy, maybe whatever, the army, the side of the US side, and then there is an army from the Russian, Chinese, and Middle East, Koreans. So there are many factions, but none of them are good, and I don't know how to say
Look at what
this.
Hagar said to us. How dare you think you can walk into our house? Take it to a kill.
Yeah, we can be from any faction.
Good. I like my prey to know what's coming. I promise this
Like for example, like Modern Warfare 2, and then you can not you, I mean, and then you get betrayed, but the betrayal maybe has to be in early game, because when we play the game we can fight anyone. If we doesn't get betrayed, we cannot have the reason to fight anyone. Maybe only the beginning we side with the US Army, Like for example, if there are 3 chapters, the first chapter is we side with US Army, and then that is the whole chapter is just a tutorial or beginning about the game. So we just fight the opposing enemies, and then in the second chapter, the middle of the game, we start fighting everything maybe. And in the end, we start fighting a late military army with later technology, something like they have a mech or a robot juggernauts and anything technological special to each faction. So it is an open world and a little bit like sandbox. Like I don't know about Arma. I never played Arma, but it seems like people say Arma is sandbox. So maybe it was like Arma, but I have to check it out a little bit more to make sure. Is that what I mean? So if it was the same like Arma, you can assume it's like Arma. You know, you can go to the base over there. I mean enemy base. Why is this? It's laggy. You know, you can go attack enemy base over there and then attack again enemy base over there to take over it. I'm gonna load this stuff. Okay. So your mission is just to like conquer the world, maybe
Good work. We're all a little safer this way. You guys thanks, and the fuel on our tongues.
to capture every part to
Hey, take care.
finish the mission. For example,
I'm gonna need your help.
the mission is to gather enough
They tend to stick to themselves, but they're friends.
weapons and ammunition for your faction. So you have to capture every weapon depot
Everything you need. AMO, wing sticks. If not, see
in the map
the old sign out front.
to make sure
Find the outrigger settlement. Understand?
you don't just attack one side and then suddenly everything is enough. You have to be a little bit repetitive to go from this side to that side. I mean, it may be repetitive, but the mission is different. Only the story is the same. So you basically you go to different places with different strategy. I mean, so you get the you I mean you get the resources and until it's enough, then we can move on to another mission to the we can advance in the story. So that is what I meant about. I mean this game is what I meant about semi-open. semi-open world. It's not so big, but it's still a little bit open for us to, how do you say, explore. So they are still loading when you get to the dungeon or buildings or caves, and in the outside it's a little bit open world. This guy plays really good. So I'm gonna let you view the gameplay a little bit just to make sure you understand how it feels. The feel of the game, what I'm trying to mention about. Okay, from here there will be a load. Okay, now it's load. Okay, so that means this is another memory. It's not the same open world anymore. So that is what I try to say. It saves memory. Half open world to save memory for a fairly good graphic. So it's half open and loading to expand the adventure, but use less memory to overload from overloading the game. It is better if Call of Duty make an indie studio to make something like this. I don't need more high graphic like Warzone. If you make the graphic like Warzone, sure, but I cannot play it. I'm only using Ryzen 3 and Vega 6. It's a integrated graphic card from Ryzen 3. I don't know what version my Ryzen 3 is, but in the integrated graphic is Vega 6, and I'm using laptop, so I cannot upgrade my graphic. I have to buy a new one. So maybe in the future, if I have more capabilities to get a better computer, who knows, I can play them if you make higher graphic. So okay, let's hello guys. So this is again the game I was talking about, Dragon Age Origins or Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm gonna show that later. This is kinda a bit of big huge world for adventure, but it's not an open world. It's just the mission area. I'm pretty sure everyone who played this game will already know what I mean, but to those who haven't, it's really hard to assume that there are people who haven't played this game. In my assumption, everyone, I kinda assume everyone already knows about this game. It's a good game. It's impossible for me to think that there are still people who haven't played this game. I mean, for the all-time gamer, that's it. So this is still a training intro. So let's move a little bit forward. This is just one way. Okay. Okay, now here we are. You can go, this is just an example. You can go here, 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 and then it's not just, this is just for the main mission or like a big mission, big side quest. So you can pick to choose where, and then we go there. Then a small world for just a fight. Then we go to here. Where is this? I didn't recognize this place. Maybe I don't have this place. Maybe this place is a DLC, maybe? I don't know. So, oh, this place, I think I know. Earl Emmon, yeah. So, they can make it this way also. They can make it like this. If they decide. I mean, it's for the game that I mentioned, semi-open world, but then you can venture to multiple location to have a semi-open world as well, and then this game has too much story. I don't really need to show this. And from that world, you can have many quests, main quests and side quests. You can go to the enemy base, dungeon, buildings. I think maybe you already understand what I mean. It's not fast enough to show you the how the game mechanic works the way I was supposed to show you. It's too much stories. So okay, but yeah, the story proves that that is how COD should work too. There is, for example, if I were to suggest, I will suggest the story to be from Modern Warfare 1 to Modern Warfare 3 or Ghost, something like that, because it was connected, right? I don't know. I'm not really into the stories, so I just assume like that. And from Modern Warfare 1 to Ghost, the story has to be detailed, and we have to feel everything from each side of the story. Like, for example, you can make the game to just feel from one side, like in this RPG. Like, for example, you can talk to people, hear their opinions, hear more, bit more detail and lore about the the story, their side. And if you can make venture to the other side of the game, for example the opposing side, and you're not going there to do war, you just go to their cities to meet someone, maybe, I don't know, but then you can hear from their side about how or why they are fighting. You know what I'm trying to say is, there is you need to have a little bit of wisdom about this. There is no one fighting war like saying, "Oh, I'm a bad guy and I want to destroy the other force for no reason." So there must be a reason that will make you understand why they are truly fighting for their own good, and why are our side fighting for our own good. So you cannot say they are totally evil and fight for no reason other than just wanted to dominate the world, maybe. But if you want to do that, it's still okay. It's not a big problem. But it's much better if you put wisdom to the game to make people see how reality is the work of the war. It's not really everyone fighting for their own freedom. Everyone is fighting for their own survival. But the reason is why. How most of the things, just like in this politics politics, it's just a manipulation. People really doesn't fight each other, but those who let themselves to be manipulated will tend to pick a side. So that is why a war is began. So you can see how the opposing force manipulate their civilians to think about how why they are fighting. What is the good reason? What is the right reason for them to be fighting? It will make you must make like it was us as well. If we were on that place, we will do the same. If we are in their place, we will do the same. We will think like what they are doing is right, what they are doing for their own rights, they are doing for their own good. But truthfully, there is something going on. It just seems like that. It's just the people who are manipulated. The government is someone who trying to gain something. Same as the on the other side, the original side. We have our reason why we are fighting, but then we are also manipulated. So it's just the same like that. The only side, imagine there is a third side who chose to betray their own faction. So there must be a reason behind it as well. For example, maybe they doesn't agree with the ideology of that person, and they have power and ranks in the army, so they betray. So maybe they also wanted to gain something just for themselves. So they become a rebel. For what reason possible they can use. Some of them may be a little bit good and just doesn't agree and just wanted to have peace. But even though they were neutral, they doesn't ally with anyone because they doesn't agree with anyone. We can ally with them, but if we cross them, it will be a war. For example, like that. There are some things we do not agree with them as well. For example, everyone have their own ideologies, so we might see that they doesn't agree with the ideology of their current government, but they themselves have their own ideology that not 100% correct to us, for example, and then we might use the difference for the reason for us to fight, or we choose to ignore. Maybe, I don't know, this is just an example about how to make the game story, you know. And for the bandits, who knows, maybe bandits also have their own reason. The difference is the bandits come from the poor family and the rebels came from high class ranking family, something like that. But the reason is the same. The bandits also trying to survive and betray the community for their own good, betray the government because the government doesn't give them something they need, so they become bandits. So in case you want to make us ally with the bandits and the rebels, so I think it's good, it's okay, there is no problem. So the point is, You make the feel out of the conversation about the world, about what is going on uh, in the world. It's not just about one side. I mean, this is for a great fun if you want to make it, or if you can make it like that. But being moderate as usual is enough. It's okay. I'm just giving an suggestion or opinion. So it will be good if there is this NPC talking. We can listen to the lore and the story behind it. So it's good. So from a map like this, it's like a small map. It can connect to another map, like a cave. Yeah, a cave, or buildings, dungeons, whatever. And from this map, we can travel to another location, like the previous map I told you about. We can go to another side of the world, and from that side you can go to same thing about the buildings, the cave over there. It's full of loading. The map is semi-open, small, but not small. It's how you say it, fairly big map for the main location, but not too big like open world like GTA or something. It's just fairly big for us to venture, to save memory. Everything about that is to save computer processing memories. That's all. So I try show you a bit about Inquisition. Let's see about that.